Let's just move that somewhere. Radio people. So I'm going to have a little look, as I always do. I'm going to try something different, actually. I'm going to see if I can log in with this account and view my stream. Because I think that would be a better, because then I could respond to you as you instead of my other account. Because even though I do present my games and I stream, I am very much a private person. So it's nice to sort of have that separation between the two. But I don't actually know how to do it. So let's just click on View Channel. And here we are live. I have done it. Here we are. I'm going to close that for now. But yes, I'm actually really chuffed about this. So I've still got all of the same functions and all bit, in that I can see who you are in chat, which is why I have the stream, and then I'll be able to hopefully do some other things. So this is not just a stream into a new game, even though I have already completed it. It's also a journey into the YouTube functionality. So normally I'd do a introduction, but as this is very, very loud, I'm going to jump into the game, change the settings, and then do my opening speech. Actually, it's quiet, so hello, you beautiful people. I hope you're keeping well. So it appears that I've jumped into my old save, which wouldn't really make for a very good stream, but it does give me the opportunity to adjust the settings. Before I do that, I'm just going to do a little pause, and then I will move my camera so I can actually see the controls here. So we're going to move that down to here, and hopefully, yeah, so we've got options now. Let's do audio. Master volume 5, please. And that will hopefully make this a little bit easier for me to talk to you. Oh yes, main menu, please. Hello, you beautiful people. I hope you're all keeping well. So, as I said in my last stream, I'm going to be playing Fort Solis for a little while. I may play all the way through to the end, simply because I'm very conscious of the fact that ages ago I downloaded a Requiem of Plague's Tale, and I wanted to be able to play that, but hopefully it'll stay in my library for a while longer. So we're going to be playing this one and trying to get some nice suspenseful photos. So we're going to go on to new. It's going to erase the save, but I didn't need it. And let's see how we get on. Because what I'm hoping for is actually being able to put it on hard. Because I found this game to be a little bit tame, if I'm honest. I'm not one to enjoy being scared. It doesn't interest me at all, the horrors. But it just seemed like a really
So, you hated it?
mild attempt at copying Alien
How could he possibly have done
Insurrection,
more?
was
They
it?
were surrounded by zombies.
Isolation.
Regardless, I'm caught up now, so it's time for a new show. I believe it's your pick.
I'm taking my time with this one.
Just like that hull.
It's looking a lot better since I got up here.
Is that before or after you spent a week fixing it?
These weather patterns are getting worse. Most of our jobs now are repairing weather damage.
Yeah, I really hadn't noticed.
Then again, being stuck with you for cycle rotation is just as exciting.
You could be worse. You could be stuck with some...
Jack? You cut off then. What were you saying?
The alarm at Solis is triggered.
Solis? That relic?
Manually initiated? I've never seen a manual one.
Well, to think you wanted to spend your last shift watching me do all the heavy lifting.
Jess, I am on vacation the minute tomorrow's shuttle arrives. I'll contact them, see if it's a false alarm.
Well, how do you expect them to reply without power?
If they respond, then it's a false alarm.
OMG, you're so smart.
You see,
That is
this
logic.
is why I should pick the shows from now on.
Is this about the zombies?
I wouldn't possibly have any idea what you mean.
I knew it!
Fort Solis. This is Jack Leary, senior engineer, responding to your alarm. Please come in. Jack Leary, responding to Fort Solis alarm. You have everything okay over there?
Anything?
No. Weird. To trigger the alarm and not respond.
It's a stone's throw from here. Why don't you check it out?
People who use that expression don't normally apply that logic to Mars.
That vacation can't come soon enough.
Right. Options. General. There is no difficulty. Okay. Fair enough.
I'm heading down now. We can take the LTV.
I need to repair this hull before the storm gets worse. Think we have an hour or so before it hits.
Okay. I can pick you up on the way back.
It's a bad sign. I'm yawning already. But that's just a natural thing when you work in a very brain-intensive job. It's quite tiring. But it's no different to a labouring job, which is very physically tiring instead of mental. But yeah, it's been an interesting week.
No problem.
Got new glasses. Picked those up the day after last stream.
Roger that. Jack out.
Caught up with
How many times do I have to tell you this isn't the military? Okay, it's fine.
Roger that.
Don't get lost.
Caught up with a friend I hadn't seen for a couple of years, which was really, really cool. I don't think either of us expected to still be up at 12 o'clock, but yeah, it was definitely an awesome evening. And that's why the video didn't come out till Sunday. I would really appreciate it if you guys would check out my videos and just give me some feedback, because it's not really my strong point doing video editing and stuff like that and coming up with those sort of ideas. So if you can tell me the sort of things you would like, because my general idea is to just get the clips of me taking pictures, because this is a virtual photography stream, and then, you know, with me explaining it all, and then I just do a few little nice graphical things, which I do enjoy mucking around with. But yeah, it'd be good just to have some ideas from you guys who come in and watch these long streams. You know, do you want to see more of the footage leading up to the photo, just to keep this sort of chilled vibe, or am I just including too much of the photo process? Should I focus more on the quick snap ones? Yeah, if you can put them in the comments, that'd be greatly appreciated, either in this or in those ones. Yeah, the interesting thing about the last stream actually is I didn't really give Skull and Bones a glowing review. And it's mainly because I don't think Ubisoft deserve money. I don't like them as a company. They've got some brilliant IPs, which is why I play their games. I mean, I love Division. But as I said in the last stream, I feel that single-player people should be given the option to play it offline and just enjoy the game. Because there's no reason to be online all the time if you're not playing with people. So I think that should be a separate option. And they seem to put live service in games that don't need to be live service as an only mode. But I've been playing that game, Skull and Bones, for a month now, and I'm still enjoying it. I'm enjoying the grinds. I'm enjoying the you know, the exploring, the sailing, the rather chilled atmosphere. I enjoy the battles when they happen. I think really I was commenting on from the view of a virtual photographer, and being that that game fights against its own photo mode, which is actually a very good photo mode, is why I don't think it's worth more than €20.
Solis?
But
Jack
as a
Leary
game,
here.
if you
Entering your perimeter. Do you
enjoy World of
Solis,
Warships,
locked down.
Well,
then
there goes your
it's a
power
good game.
theory.
Why would it
It's
be in
alright.
lockdown?
You know, it's a
System
very
damage?
vanilla
There is
version
just more weather
of
damage.
Black Flag,
Yeah,
Assassin's
maybe,
Fleet,
but
Black Flag.
Lockdown
But
seems extreme.
Is
it's
there no
alright.
sign of security?
No, they must be done for the night. Storm's picking up here. How about over there?
Full swing here, so I've hopped in the HTV to keep you company.
Lovely.
It was that or nap the storm out.
I'm flattered.
And I can't.
Actually, I am going to do another introduction because I felt like I waffled on that last one. And I lose a lot of viewers on my opening script. So I am just going to set it up. Sit up properly, because, you know, posture's important. Hello, you beautiful people. I hope you're keeping all keeping well. So for today's stream, I'm going to be playing Fort Solis, which is a lesser known game, but it's a suspenseful game. So it's a bit of a thriller more than a horror, and I'm going to try and take photos that invoke that suspenseful feeling. So let's see how we get on. So, first of all, let's just follow the prompt. And this is another game that's really good with the soundscape. I may actually use those leading lines. So let's find photo. Oh! Okay, already having a problem. And that is rotation. But we do have elevation and so on, so that's cool. So what I'm doing here, free cam, yes, this is a lot more like it. So I'm going to use those leading lines, so the red lights leading in. Maybe tilt that up a bit, drop down, just so his head is got a light background to it. We're going to have a look at f-stops. We're on F2. I'm going to turn autofocus off. And so we're definitely focused on him. Now, this is quite a confusing photo mode because the visor blurs the face. So you cannot really use the face, which is a shame because it's the brightest part, to judge the distance of that. Exposure, let's have a look. So if you raise it right up, there's practically no noise in that image. So that's really, really good. So I'm going to drop it down to about here. We have filters. So only a few, but we don't really need many. That's a really nice filter actually. I quite enjoy that. And you could probably drop the exposure down quite a bit for that. Very Mars-like. And then black and white, so that's pretty good. Got your roll, your focal length, which is your zoom. And so I am going to use that and then go in a little bit. I'm going to drop down a lot. Actually, no. What I'm trying to do is fill the frame with him, but get a similar angle. Because with the increased field of view, he stands out more. It's more of a 3D image. And let's toggle menu. Let's grab that shot. Not bad for an experiment. So it is just the tracker pad. That's really cool. Greatly appreciated. Because I really liked that on Death Stranding. So that was just left on it. Yeah, as you saw on Skull and Bones last week, it's a lot of button presses just to get to photo mode. And unfortunately it doesn't have a option in the menu to set it as a key press either.
Access denied. Lockdown in full effect.
Oh. I've had this on way too long.
Another good thing about this game is actually the script and the characters. It is actually very, very good.
Looks like I'm climbing for now.
Climbing?
Well, the lift's out and the storm's on its way.
Roger. Over and out.
Absolutely
Who's
do
a cool
not
kid?
enjoy this sort of thing.
Susie, though, make sure you're wired in. Weather's in full swing here. No idea why you're trying to repair the hull.
I mean, I'm sure there's people who enjoy those sorts of complicated button press things. Possibly people who have really good reflexes and enjoy
How are you getting on?
having that skill. I don't know, but
Been a while.
I don't
Since
see
I
the
was out
point
in
in
a storm,
it.
it still hurts. Weather resistance suits my ass.
I'll take that as a hard yes then.
You know, when you've got other things that allow you to just press up. No? I've got dry eye.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
What?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Mm-hmm. Swing. Then swing the other way. Swing. Press this button at exactly this point. Really great when your eyes stinging like mad. I'm going to be doing the eye drops very, very soon, but I'm just going to get up to here. See, I don't normally have this problem recently. Well, I haven't had this problem
Time to quit
recently,
beer?
but last week and
climbing?
this one, I've seemed to be having eye drop needs. So give me a moment. It's one of those interesting experiences where you have a stingy eyes because your eyes are dry, and then you use an eye drop and it makes your eyes sting. The irony is not lost on me, but it will sort itself out eventually. Ah, pain. But, as I was explaining to someone today, you've got to have bad times to experience the good. You've got to have adversity to know yourself as strong. You know, if you've not fought against anything, then you will never know what you're capable of. I'm not saying this is massive adversity. It's proper first world problems, to be fair. But it doesn't make it any more pleasant. So, give me a moment. And I'm speaking to you people who potentially found this video after the stream, and are now thinking, well, I'm probably going to go off now because this guy can't even carry on the game without stopping. But hopefully this eye drop will have sorted it, and I am now ready to continue. He says with his right eye about to play up. Let's just do this. There's nothing wrong with being on stream showing that you're actually a human and, you know, you're not absolutely perfect. We all have issues, and this is really hard to do, by the way. Okay. But we might as well endure this now, so we don't have to deal with it later on. Oh my word. I don't know what this stuff is, and it does work. You know, I mean, I don't generally sting after using it, and I don't use them as often as I should, but then I don't see the point in using it if you don't have a problem. I'd much rather use it when my eyes are stinging. Like this one right now, it was just giving an indication that it was about to play up. Just get rid of the excess, because I did 2 drops, because one of them didn't quite hit. Wow. All you people who use contact lenses, kudos to you. That is exceptionally impressive, because that is actually a little bit on the painful side, to be quite honest. The sting is very, very real. But anyway, less of the I am human. I'm going to put my glasses on, and then we're going to carry on with the game. Oh, wow. My glasses are filthy.
Next time, I'm just cutting the door.
You had your tools and chose to climb.
Yes. Been a long day.
Now, I stormed through this game, mainly because I wanted to play
I'll
something
head over
else.
to the atrium, see if anyone's home.
Nothing on local comms.
No.
So I'm hoping I'll have a better experience, well, a far more
Paint the picture for
enjoyable
me?
experience the
What,
next time.
Solis? It's old school. Still got single structures.
You should feel right at home then.
It certainly doesn't look welcoming.
I'm saying nothing.
Okay. And we want free cam, because why wouldn't you? Rotation is always bad. So I'm going to frame him in this shot. I want a slightly tilted. May actually roll it a little bit so that he is upright a bit more. Think about there. Because normally you tilt it just to make sure that the horizon is nice and flat. But I'm trying this Dutch angle thing. See if I get some interesting results. And I think I liked there. But maybe it was there. I think it was there actually. Going to rotate around and go a bit to the side. So it just makes it a more interesting frame. We're going to autofocus off. Fairly big f-stop. We don't need to blur things out too much because it is an interesting structure. Focal distance, make sure it's on him. Again, I'm going to increase the exposure. And what I plan to do with these shots and why I'm increasing the exposure, I've just seen a lot of artifacts on this. If you see the lines, it looks like corduroy. So I'm going to drop that back. See, actually, if you see in the clouds, I mix between the two on the right of the screen, you'll see that noise in there. So this isn't a good shot to do that with. So I'm going to muck around with the filters. Wow, there's no way to get rid of those. Right. Let's try that again, because that may be a one-off, but that just got noisier and noisier as we went along. And I'm actually going to travel this way. Bit more of an angle, bit more face, bit of a drop. Sort the tilt out. So I cannot get rid of the corduroy. I've still got the filter on, I notice. Going to rise a tad, go a bit to the left. I'm going to turn autofocus off, increase or decrease the focal length. That's quite flat. That doesn't make a blind bit of difference. So there, I'm probably going to have it. And I'm only doing that simply because it will give me a chance to have more of the structure in the picture. And possibly some of the interesting colour on the left-hand side. I'm just looking at the options at the bottom to see if there was another menu, but there isn't. A little bit of exposure. About there, I think. Let's toggle the menu. So I don't like that. Okay, cannot change it. I'm going to take that. I think with all of the noise in this picture and artifacts, there's not really much you can do. Oh, bit of frame rate drop there. Let's have a look at the options. I seem to remember this. Motion blur off, good, chroma off. It's on performance mode, because if I put it on quality, I think it really does glitch quite badly. in the old frame rate.
Lockdown in effect.
Strange. The lock overrides are still on.
It's not strange. It's protocol when a lockdown is triggered.
So at the end of the day, this is a VP stream, so we want quality.
Oxygen reserves are still active.
Well, the backup generator maintains oxygen levels. Did you think they just powered the lights?
Well, not anymore.
See if there's anything to pick up. No. I remember trying to get a good picture of this before.
Your comms just went local. Please tell me you didn't remove your helmet.
Oh, you know I don't like to wear it all the time.
I can't believe you actually removed it on site.
Oxygen levels are stable. It's not natural to wear it that long. Are we gonna pretend you're wearing yours? I knew it.
I'm not the one responding to a lockdown alert.
I'll be fine. The backup generator's power.
I couldn't wait. Oops. It's interesting, there's a light behind him. Free cam? Nope. Says not as much movement as I actually need.
At least it's sinking in.
Maybe face towards this light source. Let's see what we can get. That's a kind of a cool looking pose. Free cam, because orbital is rarely good. So let's muck around with exposure first. So we don't have any of those artifacts. That's good. I mean, the textures on the face are still blurred even though he doesn't have a mask on. So let's get rid of that autofocus. Improve the focal distance. Nope. Let's put this on max. Okay, it's just very, very low quality. So we need just enough to show that it is cherry blossom. That f-stop is a little extreme actually. But we need to blur a fair amount of it out. So I'm going to drop that exposure. No, that didn't work at all. Filters. Nope. Actually, just dropping the saturation a bit with that black and white filter. Getting rid of some of the blue from there, that was interesting. That's a little bit warmer. That's a bit colder. That's a bit normal. Nope. So that's now null and void. Something like that. Do need to adjust the focal distance again because I made a mistake. But I still want to experiment with this light. So it can have some fairly good results with that. Oh, wrong way. That's our guy. Raise it a little bit so he's framed by that. Drop that down a bit. Let's experiment. So that's definitely going to be in focus. Okay, this is a little bit better than the last one. So I may just try that shot. So I want a little bit of the chest, a bit of space above the head, and that's a good way of framing a portrait. So I'm going to get that. And now I've got this frame, there's nothing wrong with having a little play with roll. Just to have a little bit of tension in there. Hopefully his chin will sort out in the final picture. I can't show you because, well, as you will have noticed, whenever I take a picture or go into the share function, you can't see anything. Even my camera disappears, my camera feed. So unfortunately you have to wait until they're on Instagram or until I edit the video before you'll be able to see that. But using lighting works in this game, so that's certainly something that we can work with later on. I still want to get a shot of from a distance. But maybe we need the right setting for that. But anyway, let's have an investigate.
Oh, would you look at that?
Is that directed at me?
They still use i5 nodes here.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at one now. I'm gonna hold on to it.
She just doesn't understand. Sometimes the oldies are the goodies.
Oh, Star Walk's in full swing here, too.
They are amazing. People back home just can't imagine it.
A star is a star. What's the big deal?
This is why I go with Karen.
So, we're going to turn him around a bit. And again, have a bit of an experiment, because I still want that cherry blossom shot. Oh, here we are. Gosh, that's some strange effects on the hair, isn't it? Anyone who has done psychedelics may be getting flashbacks right now, I don't know. But that's quite an odd one. By the way, I actually think the focus is quite good. I'm more interested in what filters can do. I like this. I'm going to drop the intensity of it. And what I'm aiming for is a fairly high contrast, because I don't think that works particularly well. So the noir type ones, because you need to have control of shadow to get that to work. But something, which one was it? It was 2. This just increases saturation, give me something to work with in post-production. Because I don't tend to like blues and greens in my backgrounds. I mean my shadows, sorry. I don't know why. I always try and bring them to grey if it's a grey environment. And I know this isn't particularly a suspenseful shot, but I'm still sort of finding my feet. I'd rather experiment now and learn the camera mode, learn its tweaks and its applications for when I do get into one of those situations, and I can take those pictures far better and be creative knowing the tools I've got. Which, if you get a camera, take time to learn your camera. I didn't, I still haven't, and therefore it's quite hard for me to take pictures. It's like if you need to capture the moment, that's when you need to know your camera. So don't be a me. Learn all of the settings and how to quickly adjust them. But either way, let's get this shot. Rather than listening to me ramble on about cameras and so on like I actually know I'm on about. I mean, if you check some of my
Hell of a storm on the way.
extract videos, I've got a lot of links in there, and there's a photographer called Pat Kay that I have a link to. Well worth checking out if you want to learn about photography. If you want to be inspired, then Photographic Eye is a fantastic channel. Even if you just want to listen to someone who's passionate about photography, it's a fantastic channel. So I'd strongly recommend it. And all the others, so Photographic Gamer,
Wow, this is spooky.
Why?
who
The place is lifeless.
Are you sure you're at the right place?
I mean, I think so.
Maybe best to grab the schematics. Just to confirm, I can access the site files from here.
Good idea.
So yeah, Photographic Gamer, he does game reviews. He also does photo mode reviews and is a fantastic photographer. You've got photo mode reviews as well, who is exactly as the name says on the tin. Really enjoy their stuff. And Shinobi Gamer, which is someone new I've discovered, who is both a photographer and a very good virtual photographer. And what I like about him is he also explains his shots, so he can give you ideas and inspiration as well. And then you've got Sanpai, I think it is. I am terrible with names, so I do apologise, but he specialises in Cyberpunk 2077 on PC, so with all the mods and so on, and he's very good to watch.
Fort Solis 2053. Even this tree makes me feel old.
2053? It's almost as old as me. Hard to think we've been up here that long.
Some of you younger viewers may be thinking 2053, that's crazy, but yeah, that will go quicker than you think. I have a weird thing in computer games. He's opened a bottle, he's going to enjoy the bottle. I will, in say Zelda or Skyrim, if someone lives in the house, I'm not going to loot it or anything like that. I tend to pick up everything that isn't bolted down, but in that, I'm not having it. I will not steal from people.
Drinking on the job?
Nothing wrong with staying hydrated out here.
We both know that wasn't water.
You're not the one walking around in the dark.
And I know they're just pixels. I can't help myself. I think it allows me to get more immersed in the game. That's why I think like that. Cool. Map is useful. Green doors open, black doors not. White doors? We will soon find out. Okay, that's that.
Door locked.
That explains that. Yeah, I played this just after Christmas. And yes, I still remember a fair amount of it, but I think it will still be a bit of a challenge.
It worked.
What did?
The i5.
No, be careful handling those. They were replaced for a reason.
I tell you, she don't get it. Calls herself an engineer and doesn't get excited about these things. Shocking.
It's so creepy when everyone's off.
We spend most of our time alone fixing sites in space.
Never alone with a phone.
That's gratitude for you. You could do a lot worse.
Hours of fun.
Ah! Look at that little guy go.
How's the search going?
It's ongoing.
Yeah, sounds it.
See, she don't understand the levels. To the point that I want to try and, because I have taken a photo of this if you check on my Instagram, which is King of Etiquette, because, you know, I'm imaginative with names. And so if you haven't seen it, check it out. Because I post my offline photos as well. Not that I've been taking that many of them, to be fair. Oh, yeah. And that's simply because it's quite challenging to take good photos in at Skull and Bones. Sorry, I'm trying to contemplate this shot while talking to you. But I think it's going to be like that for a while on Instagram. But at the end of the day, I tend to post 10 pictures on every single post. And I've been doing this for over a year, so there should be some things to interest you. So again, want that off. F-stop. We'll keep it 2.2. There's the little dude. Do I want that going in the background? Probably not. I'm going to remove the menu, see what I think. See, I have him next to that line, actually. So I've got the chair in the foreground simply because it sort of helps with the 3D nature of the picture. It gives it a bit of depth because you've got a reference point and then you've got the character. Actually, sorry, you've got the reference point and then you've got the little character who's just about there, and that's the desk sort of thing. So it gives it a bit of depth, as you can see in this camera. So that's where I'm sort of toying with at the moment. I may do focal length just to increase that. It doesn't. Actually, I'm going to increase it and see if that, yeah. So I can't use it to zoom in because it does lose too much of that depth. I'm kind of liking that line just behind him. It frames it fairly well, but it's a partial frame. So I'm going to remove that and get this picture. And if I remember rightly, my first picture was just of the little dude. And I think I may have had some of those ornaments in the background. There's a Rubik's Cube here, which is solvable. You don't get an achievement for it, but if you want to see, it's again on my Instagram, because I did post my pictures of this game on there. it is incredibly hard transferring your knowledge when you can do that to like move one square or one side, move it that way, that sort of thing. So that took me a long time. Love those little things. And that's mainly because my granddad had one. So when I used to visit my grandparents as a wee nipper, I used to play with it. It used to keep me entertained.
What could it be?
Oh, hang on. I've got an idea.
No wonder.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth a try.
Oh. I think I broke the game. Well, let's look around, see if there's anything else, and then hopefully it'll reinitiate. I can't help it. That's more like it. So if I remember rightly, it was 0802. No. 0208. 0 series. Okay.
Bingo.
We had a bit of a senior
Managed to
moment
find the
there.
key card?
And I thought I was old.
You are old. No one has said bingo since 2030.
Okay. Door of roads. Unlock
That'll
door,
help me
please.
access the lower levels.
They're just cameras. That's offline. No documents. This is a bit of story. Let me know if you want me to read it or to hang on it so you can read it. Mobile phones are much bigger than they used to be, so you should be able to just tilt it and read that. Standard HR stuff, to be quite honest. And a little bit of chat between staff. Let me know if you want me to solve a Rubik's Cube as well.
I haven't seen
I have
one
one
of these
beside
in
me.
years.
Had one of these as a kid as well. Why someone thought it would be a cool toy, I don't really know. But late 70s, early 80s were a rather experimental time. And it did keep me quiet and entertained for a long time. Protect the day. Just like that camel did.
Yeah, it would be rude not to.
It would be. Let's get some details.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my boo. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, how cute.
Try hard.
This is why you're divorced.
I'm sure Patricia wouldn't list that as the only reason.
We can be dumbasses when we're in love. No collectibles. I do like his rather nonchalant walk as well. Oops. Down. Let's square up on him a little bit. Let's elevate. That's quite difficult actually, because his head with black hair and a black background does not work. But that framed his body really well. So let's have a look at exposure, see what that does. Again, I'm going to have to use the shadows on that. I think f-stop is important and quite extreme.
Greetings, sir.
Hey, how are we doing, my man? I hope you're keeping well. So this is Fort Solis. Oh no, that's interesting. The actual text hasn't come up, so I cannot see whom I'm speaking to. I mean, I presume it's Ainley. And
I'm fine. Who?
yeah, I am very well, mate. I wrote my first Python code today. So as part of my training, well, I'd already completed the course, so I thought best way to prove to yourself that you've learnt it is to actually write something. And a friend of mine.
You are absolutely right. It's
Yeah, my guy. Always a pleasure to have you here, sir.
What did you write?
So what it was is the premise is it's an 8x8 grid. So like yeah, grid. So like a chessboard or something, but not as many. And the computer randomly selects a number between 1 and 8. It will then ask you to put in how many steps to the right you right you want to go, how many steps down you want to go. And if that number compared to the starting number is greater than 8, then it goes back to the start and counts the remainder there. And it will do the same in the vertical axis, but it will return a letter. So H being the 8th and A being the 1st. So it is very simple, but it's a fun thought exercise.
I'm going to head down to the B levels and check there.
Okay.
I mean, I wrote it in 2 hours, so I'm really happy with that. It's not perfect. There is a strange anomaly where it doesn't return the actual Y value.
Oh, that's new.
Seems interesting. Don't
Yeah.
really get the concept, but it seems interesting.
So it was a thought experiment for children, and my friend told me about it. So the idea is that because you've only got 8 across, 8 down grid, if the random number was 3, for example, and the person said, I want you to move 7 moves across, then it would go 5 across, reach the 8th one, and then come back to the start and move across to the second square, and that would be its location. But that's only on the x-axis, so it'd do the same on the y-axis, and that would be your location. It was just a way of overcoming what would happen, how to program the computer to know that it cannot exceed the boundaries of 8 by 8. That's all it is. And how to utilize the remaining moves.
Does it have a name?
Oh no, not at all. It was just a conversation in a coffee shop. So I don't actually know
Still no sign of anyone.
any more than what my
What
friend
did
said
he-
to me.
Maybe
And that's what I just explained to you.
Forever walk the surface of Mars feeding on brains.
Are we back on this?
I'm just sing.
Strong light. That's
His
cool.
sacrifice was heroic. I'm glad to see chivalry isn't dead.
Yeah, but he did die?
How romantic.
So that's like the Titanic. How is the guy dying romantic?
Makes sense. I
Hmm.
was actually trying to make a calculator, but it's too
Oh.
hard. D.
Yeah, it would be difficult simply because most people wouldn't know that, like, the slash is divide, for example, and star is times. So that would be challenging. Um, but the rest of it, all you need to do is... Oh no. I see what you mean now.
Would be easy to make a simple calculator, but
Yeah,
then you have to code all the stuff like multiplying has priority and stuff like that.
exactly. Yeah. That's kind of why I paused. It's like, oh, hang on. No, it's not that easy. I didn't actually intend to stop here, but while I am, might as well have a look. See what we've got. So we've got blue and red going on. Which is kind of cool. Whether I'm getting suspense or not, I don't know.
Even the problem with the first number being negative is a problem at first.
Yes. And that's probably what I'm going to try next now you said about it, because for a first exercise, the thing that I did was really, really good, and it helped me to realize that I can structure programs. Um, but I think something like that would help me to use subroutines a little bit better, because I think you would need to. And it'd make me think more, because this was something like, oh, I already knew what the challenge was. I knew how I wanted to approach it. And how I did that was, even though the y-axes are in letters, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
You can make really easy calculator, that you ask the user for first number, then the operator and then the second number.
That's right. But I like the idea of having the rules in there. I may start with a simple one, and the beauty of doing that is you can build upon it afterwards. Okay.
Try making a handman. It's really good practice to work with arrays or lists.
Oh,
Hangman asterisk.
yeah. That's probably an easier one to start with, but still challenging enough. So yeah, I love that idea. Thank you, Ainley. Let me see with this picture. I'm not too keen on such a strong f-stop. I still want some more details in there to sort of...
Thus you have to solve the problem with duplicate letters.
Ah! Genius. That is actually a really good exercise. I really like that. Anyway, I've got to stop thinking about that because I'm meant to be entertaining you guys, but I love that. That's a brilliant idea. So I'm quite happy with the aperture on this. I've increased the exposure a little bit. I don't really want to play with the filters on this because the blue and the red is the most key feature on this. What I did to increase the depth of field, not depth of field, the field of view, or focal length as it's called there, is I actually zoomed in a little bit and then dropped the focal length to increase that 3D nature to it. I'm going to remove that menu. I'm probably going to miss out some of that shoulder. I feel this shoulder is a little bit wide and distracting from the picture. And I also want to try that with a roll as well. Something like that. And it's sort of, as I said in the title to this stream, is it's to be a suspenseful pictures are what I'm going for. So that's locked there, but this one is unlocked. So let's go through here. But how's your week been, mate? I hope it hasn't been full of exams. You've had some time to rest.
Benny thinks someone is on to us.
Yeah, he dropped me a message saying he told them it was you.
What? Ah, yeah, if only they knew. I can barely use it with credits.
It's the perfect crime.
Indeed.
Or try a simple minesweeper. Could practice with multi-dimensional arrays.
To be quite honest, mate, I didn't even understand how to play it, let alone write it. So I'd have to Google that first before even attempting
My
it. But
week was nothing special. Had to study.
ah, fair.
I'd never get out of that with my back.
It'll be worth it, mate. Will be worth it.
Dead man's hand, that's all I need. Remember that time you hit a 7-ball on Chris? He lost his mind.
I think it was long gone before that.
Yeah. Too many solo jobs out here.
You found a table?
Still got it.
It must go for a walk when we play.
Oh, in my Boston heyday, I could have given you a game.
Sure.
As with every skill, if you don't use it, you lose it. What is that? Oh, that's really cool. That could make an interesting picture. So, we're going to do just that.
Or if you are a creative person, try making a text-based game.
Oh. Yes. Because I did have a little bit of fun at work, actually, because I was running my new process, and we have a tradition in RPA of getting the people to
A
name.
simple combat system is great to learn to work with objects.
Yes. And that I could probably do as in its own little programs and have a main program to run it, so have them as subroutines. That's something I want to experiment as well. So yeah, I can certainly look into that. So I need to make sure that's quite a narrow shot, because I need to get the shadow in there, but I want our little guy to be the main focus of that. Talking about focus, autofocus off, set the distance to this little character here, so that's all in view. I want a really narrow f-stop. Let me drop that down a tad, and let's get rid of that menu. Rather liked that. Enjoyed that shot. But yeah,
At
I
least
mean,
Solar had a more engaging premise.
Dead Solar.
Yeah.
It was just an idiot clearly searching a haunted station. I just heard it.
Huh. For the record, I'm not searching. I'm investigating.
because what I wanted to do is to learn how to use Python to with AI, or how to use it to create AI. So that's where I'm sort of progressing to. So this is like a little stop, where I experiment to ensure that I do understand everything that I've learned so far, and then I'll be progressing to the next stage. So I went through all of the documentation, regulation, well, standards and that sort of thing, how to structure your code. But
I
I mean,
think this is the only time I've ever seen a rec room empty.
You finally have that peace and quiet you always wanted.
Not quite how I imagined it.
Still no sign of anyone.
Not a soul.
There should at least be an officer around.
Yeah. I'll keep looking.
Okay, I'll try and access the records from here. See who the officer on duty is.
Okay.
so how to notate your code and so on. So I've sort of worked with that, and now the idea is to learn more than just the basic functions. Now I do want to have that
The
there.
character sounds a lot like Arthur Morgan.
Yeah, he does, and it's quite odd accent that he's got. I mean, he says he's from Boston, but I noticed some Scottish like tinges to the accent as well, so it is quite a difficult one to place. But he's a cool character. The actual scripts in this, the character developments, is actually very, very good. And the...
He actually is D.
yeah.
It's the same voice actor.
Oh, that's so cool. Ah.
Hello?
Made contact?
Maybe with the shadow of a fridge.
I think you may have been up here too long.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Door locked.
Because I don't think this is a particularly large studio that wrote this. But they did a very, very good job. I mean, I think the set is very attractive. You know, it's... could do with polish, don't get me wrong, but it is very, very well thought out world in this game.
Hey. Guess what I found?
Am I actually supposed to guess?
Well, you remember when we first came up here? Before they started arguing over the territory?
Yeah?
They still have one of those old Earth Force flags.
Earth? What?
Well, not that. I think it was called Earth Expedition Force.
It wasn't that either, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, they still have theirs.
And where did you find that?
In a supply room.
Why are you in a supply room?
I miss peanut butter. Took a chance.
Priorities.
Fair. That was a touch of Irish then. Took a chance. Oh yeah, what do you think of the new glasses, Ainley? Picked them up on Saturday. These...
What are you doing?
I'm resetting the lock.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
What if someone's hurt? It's justified.
That's not how it works at all, but... okay.
The most logical place for them to be is their quarters.
I don't see a difference actually. Grinning face, sorry.
No, it's absolutely fine, mate. No, I mean these are my. I bought them as well. I bought buy one get one free, but these are a backup one. So I thought I'd experiment with a different shape because these are round, and I wanted to know how round glasses would affect the distortions that come with having varifocals, which I'm not going to explain to you, and hopefully you'll never need to learn about them. But it works, so I'm quite happy with that. They're much lighter, but I can't, everything's a little bit blurred around them, but it doesn't matter because I don't really, they're just my peripheral vision. But yeah, something new. Let's drop that down a bit. Let's close that in. No.
Cool.
And I did have a good time around my friend's house. Because I don't know if you remember, I said that I was meeting up with a friend I hadn't seen for about 2 years. So we ended up chatting till about 2 in the morning. 12 o'clock, sorry. We even recorded a couple of tunes as well, which is cool. Because he builds guitars. So, played on a couple of those, some of his basses.
Looks cozy.
It was a good night.
Life of luxury for some, I guess.
How do you know? You can't even see it.
It's hard to be worse than the engineering shack at Minor.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Never seen anything like that.
This is one of those games where the story is through the computers. So, I will start reading these messages because they are quite important. Hi Helen. Once again we're having issue with the escaped bees, not for the first time this month. They have somehow infiltrated the colleague suite. Could this please be looked at, as it's making certain team members rather uncomfortable, thanks. Helen. The new approach to phase testing has really helped us isolate the gross aspect of the candidate. Previous phases have been too aggressive. This allows us to focus on varying samples in isolation. I believe this will help lead to stronger batches in the immediate future. Helen, just following up from our meeting this evening, I continue to stress concerns about the health of Nick's team. I fear you're not taking the issue seriously. I'm keen to discuss the matter further with you. Let me know when you have a moment. And that's Wyatt Taylor, the medical officer. Helen, just checking in before tonight's run. If you could ping me over what you need, that would be great. Thanks, Nick Tout, Operations Manager. Hello, it was great to see you earlier. Not many ventures out of our shack. I have reset your password as requested. Sorry to hear about your login issues, but hopefully these are now resolved. Please remember to reset the password the first time you log in. Passkey 020689. Thanks. Asim Nadiri, Communications Officer. Helen.
Signing off the week no more hopeful than we were at the start. The soil here, on the Solis Planum, continues to show encouraging signs of adaptation, but the plant life that interacts with it, however, seems to aggressively grow and expire. Almost like an accelerant. Our planet is dying. Just like these plants. We're running out of time. Tomorrow is a new day.
Actually, I don't think I need to read the messages. We'll just watch these.
Progress, if you can call it that, has been rising since we introduced the new formula. The results we have now can buy us time to...
2, Helen. That's 2 now.
There's nothing to suggest it has anything to do with Compound 26.
Liar. They have been transporting this stuff for months.
I don't know what to tell you, Wyatt. It has nothing to do with what I'm trying to do here.
I have a duty here. And the work you're doing, it needs looking into.
Well, unless you have clearance, I don't see that happening.
People are getting sick, Helen. They're getting sick. How can you not see that?
Because it's not true.
This is confirmation bias, Helen. You know it.
Is this still on?
What on earth is going on here?
I could barely hear that.
I said, what on earth is going on here?
Smooth.
Honestly, I meant the monitor.
Ah,
Your helmet has a much better...
I don't know if I could ever get used to that.
Used to what?
You know, the weather windows.
You mean the climate simulators?
Yeah, well, I prefer my name better.
Why am I not surprised?
Oh.
Taylor is becoming increasingly hostile to the work we're trying to do here. He doesn't understand the people we can save. We're so close now. I can feel it. The storms are coming, but once the season passes, we should be able to ship Compound 26 to other sites. It's funny, really. Today I was asked if the cost of our work, if the toll that it's taken was worth it. It's a small price to pay. Progress, if you can call it that.
Okay, we've already seen those. That's cool. Yeah. Depends on what you're aiming for and what is happening. But I believe we get a little bit more later on. That's
Honestly?
evil.
I couldn't help myself.
I'm already down here with nothing but a helmet light. I don't need a soundtrack.
How's that helmet working out for you?
Just splendid.
Level
Good to
5.
hear.
Access.
I still don't know how you even watch those old movies.
It's not easy, but it's worth it.
Door locked.
Whoa! This takes me back.
I don't see the fascination with records. They were fine when there wasn't anything else other than tapes. And if you have a good deck, yeah, it does make a difference, but things are so much better
That's a
nowadays.
start. This should make getting around easier. They won't mind if I borrow it. That's a shame. Place like this must have a secret room somewhere.
Oh, I see. So, I think that was level 5, yeah. But at least we've got more access now, that's something. Free cam. I mean, it is a bit of a easy shot having red on him. That. Let's move back as far as we can. Nope, that doesn't work. Again, I'm using the lights to frame him. Maybe that doorway as well. That's quite difficult because I will want him to be central to that, but I also want him in the doorways as well. So I'm going to have to sacrifice the doorway, and it doesn't matter so much because I am going to reduce that f-stop to blur the background out anyway. Going to increase the focal length. To about there, just to give it some depth. Let's do this. Oh, I meant wrong one. So I want a really narrow f-stop. Let's look at him. So he's in focus. I want the doors to be nicely blurred, so I'm sort of comparing. So I'm going to get that shot. Let's continue around. So this one I can do. Another poster. That seems to be a collectible thing.
Remember that time we went to see No Escape?
Remember it? I'll never get those hours back.
Oh, what a show. Crazy what these samples go for back home. Creepy.
That's cool though.
I'm guessing a flickering light shadow demon.
Close. I think I'm looking at a face in the wind.
Okay, now I need to know.
Just some drawing I found.
Ah, yes. The scavenger hunt continues.
I like it. I thought it was a good picture. Oh, we've got
Yes, I
another.
found a fellow believer of yours.
Oh, really? What did you ask them? What triggered the lockdown?
What?
Exactly.
Well, let's hope for my sake that that isn't what actually happened.
Yeah, I think it's another of those battery pack things. Here. Always useful. What else do we have in here?
Acquired taste, I guess.
Is the game running 30 FPS?
I think so, because it's... I've got it in quality mode and it really... The frame rates are not stable in this game whatsoever. I think it's... As I think I said before, it's a fairly small studio, I think. And as a result, yeah, it's a little bit jumpy. Actually, no, I'm just going to increase the exposure on that. But I wanted it for the extra quality, because if you go for the lower quality, you get a little bit of a shutter door effect on it. So there's quite a few artifacts in it. So I just wanted to avoid that by doing the quality. But as a result, it's a bit of a jumpy game. It's not very polished, but it is good. Makes up for it in the story. I hope.
That's one hell of a nosebleed.
But yeah, it really jumps to the frame rate, doesn't it? Really drops an awful lot. I think I've already been in there. I have already been in there. That's where I got the level 1 keycard access. Yes, it was.
Hello? There is no one here.
Try the medical bay. There's always someone on duty. But what if an injury caused the lockdown?
Level 4.
Records say it's Wyatt Taylor.
Damn.
Roger.
Level 5. Access.
Okay, so that's
required.
private bathroom. That won't work, so we need to go back this way? I'm saying that simply because we can't go anywhere else. Crew quarters. Warning, not in use. Well, it's still worth a little bit of a look.
Locked.
No, it won't let me override. Shocking, it's not actually that long ago that I played this game, and I don't remember how to get to medical bay. I believe this is where I came in. Stairwell, elevator. Well, oops. How do I do map again? Access the medical bay. Nope. Private thing, Drew Baroness, rec room, since office, canteen, stairwell maintenance. That's communications. Am I missing something? Because I cannot find medical bay. That's drill bay hangar. Private room. Rec room. Maintenance stairwell. So it's not on this floor. And I don't believe I have the map for any other floors. So let's have a look at the stairwell. Let's carry on down. Medical bay. Here we are. That's the greenhouse. That's ridge access.
That's odd.
What is?
The door, it's been sabotaged.
Sabotaged?
Something snapped the manual lever off.
Something?
Stop it, you know what I mean. Why would someone remove the power supply?
From the door?
Yeah. I have another i5 I can show.
Access denied.
These i5s, why did we stop using them?
The I-5s? They just became too unstable.
Ah.
Any surge would be dangerous.
Ah.
Why?
No reason.
Do not try to surge that door open.
I wouldn't dream of it.
I'm rubbish at button mashing. Oh, not button mashing, but you know what I mean. Those sort of puzzles. Well, you saw an Atomic Heart, actually. It was awful. But I'm glad I completed that game. It wasn't right to do on stream, but I'm glad I did. Dizziness, loss of balance, low blood pressure, needs to stay within radiation safety limits. Okay. Irritable.
I've seen worse, D.
Yep. Most certainly. Okay. So radiation poisoning is a thing, making our doctor a little bit irritable as well. Let's see what he has to say.
Okay. Some good news. I think my work here is beginning to pay off. Todd's team is finally beginning to listen to my warnings about exposure. They recorded higher rad levels at the site this week, and I've had to treat 2 of his staff for radiation sickness. Dawson is showing signs of hypotension, and Celine complained of dizziness. Current treatment is daily administration of potassium iodide. I'm pretty sure we caught it quick, but out of an abundance of caution, I'll go ahead and schedule a CT scan for Celine, just to rule out vestibular disorder. I just have no idea why these guys insist on working such long hours at the site. They know that it's against regulations. I just don't think that they're fully aware of the risks. But who knows? Maybe the taste of seaweed in their mouth will remind them to put their health first.
Fair enough. I don't know why I check systems. I doubt he'd have access to unlock doors. Oh, another poster.
Oh, I chose the wrong profession.
Engineer's a good profession.
I think there may have been an incident here.
An incident? What makes you think that?
Just a feeling I have.
A feeling? What, is Officer Taylor there?
I'll check.
It's nice of him not to scare her, but I think a pool of blood is the sort of thing you report back to people.
Remember when Tom got drunk and ate a soil sample?
I had completely forgotten about that.
Yeah. Has the game of truth or dare ever ended well?
He was in ISO for days. I can't imagine how he lasted 2 weeks in that room.
Me neither.
I wonder if I can... No. I was going to see if I could get a photo. I rather liked that over the shoulder look. Let's see what this has to say.
Seem, I'm putting this on the network as a reminder to both you and myself to please fix my video calling. It's great that I can talk to you, but I would like to talk to my family. So, let me know the status. Thank you.
That's fair. And then free cam, angle it, drop it, roll it. Instant suspense. Bit more, well, I want to work on the old contrast. Maybe a bit of blue. Increase that. Drop the intensity. Probably increase exposure a bit more. Just looking at the walls, I think that's more dirt than artifacts. Yeah, it's more dirt. Something like that. I can work with the contrast later on. So that's my idea. So let's just grab that. And I'm only doing the blue to make it cold, make it a little bit suspenseful, together with the angle and like the upward angle and the tilt on there as well. That was on the left, yes. Let's have a look in the storeroom.
I found Officer Taylor's SIA.
He's not in it.
If he was in it, then I would have found Officer Taylor.
Why would he take it off?
I think maybe he was injured. The blood on this suit matches the waiting room.
Okay, do one final sweep and we just call the search over. It doesn't feel right.
Agreed.
Listen to her, John.
I'm not a kid. I don't need to be told that sometimes things just go bump in the night. And yes, I know that there are storms happening outside, but the storms, they don't make these sounds. I hear deliveries and activity at night. Something is going on here. And I need to find out what. So I will confront Nick about my findings tomorrow.
Plot thickens.
So this is what it looks.
Yeah, how we doing, my guy? You're right. This is on best quality, so you get the full experience. It's a little jittery, but the fidelity's there. How you doing, bro? You right?
Greetings, Sir at Richard Walters.
Only one way to find out.
Have you found Officer Taylor?
Maybe. I'm going to take a look.
This is odd. I'm on
I finally got
my
to
channel, and I
speak to
cannot
Chris
see
Burrows.
chat who's actually talking to me. It's really strange.
Their smiles. Wish I could just bottle
I mean,
that
from
up.
what you said, I knew it was you, dude. So, that's
I'm
cool.
really looking
But,
forward to getting home back after this stint.
yeah, it is quite odd. I may switch
I know
back
that these
to the channel I
medical
normally
blogs are
watch
designed to aid our mental health,
the chat
and
on.
should anyone actually monitor these things, I want you to know that as a medical officer, I concur.
Let me see.
In theory. But in practice, I need to spend time with my family.
Yeah, I'm cool. How about you?
Yeah, living the dream, man. Doing all right. Especially now I can see
I need to see them.
the chat again.
That's what
That
I'm
is good.
watching them through a screen.
Little bit
I
sleepy,
think these
but
next 5 months are going to be a lot longer.
hopefully a
than
lie-in
anticipated.
tomorrow.
Oh, and remind me to speak to Helen about getting Rachel a space plant, because that's what she wants.
Actually, I'm going to play that again because I talked all over it. And I'm going to pop to Lou.
I am so tired the whole day. Hello, Ainley, how are you doing?
Their smiles. Wish I could just bottle that up. I'm really looking forward to getting home back after this stint. I know that these medical logs are designed to aid our mental health.
I even took a nap and still am timed.
Actually monitor these things. I want you to know that as a medical
Toward
officer,
asterisk.
occur in theory, but in practice, I need to spend time with my family. That's what I really need. And not just watch them. I need to see them. 'Cause that's what
I'm fine. Tired as you can see. But fine overall. Who?
Made it.
I think
This
the
is
next
why you
5
don't
months are gonna
wear
be a lot longer than
ripped
I
jeans,
anticipated.
because you can't dry your hands on them so well.
Oh, and remind me to speak to Helen about getting Rachel a space plant. Because that's what she wants.
Right. Just so you know,
The
dude,
situation regarding site exposure is a growing concern.
most of the stories through these videos.
I've spoken with Tout numerous times, increasing safety regulations. Today wasn't good.
Yeah, not bad. Happy now it's the weekend.
My guy, yeah, most certainly.
We had to sedate him. His hands wouldn't stop shaking. And after the patient vomited blood, he was sent to Center Point for further treatment. They'll administer standard care for hematemesis. I strongly recommend it based upon the current situation here of DTPA, but unfortunately at that point it's... Either way, the incident has been reported. Something's going on here. And I need to find out what it is.
So, things are starting to get real now. But at least we know what the blood on the floor is for. Or from, I should say.
Whew, now I wish I had my helmet on.
You should always have your helmet on.
Ah, well, that makes 2 of us. What were they burning?
I'm not sure how long this headset's going to last. It's beeping away, telling me it's going flat. Got about 50% battery left as well in my tablet, which is what I use to edit my videos, by the way.
Kinda reminds me of Callisto Protocol with the graphics and the atmosphere.
Yes. It's more like a... It's more like Alien Isolation, if you ever played that game. It's not as tense as Alien Isolation, but it's that same sort of vibe of a game. But yeah, I know what you mean by the Callisto Protocol. I played that for a little bit. And it's got that same sort of style to it, like graphical style. Okay, where to next?
Level 3. Access required.
What am I
If
meant
that space plant starts walking and make clicking noises, I'm out of here.
100%, dude.
Arthur Morgan in space.
I know, right? So cool. I have genuinely chuffed it's the same guy. Oh, I really hope we get a Red Dead Redemption 3 in the near future. You know, they must be nearing releasing Gran Turismo 6 so they can go on to Red Dead Redemption 3. Actually, where is engineering?
The actor has the best voice.
He really does. Such great characters as well. Where the hell is engineering? Well, I'll continue experimenting, so I don't want to be in here. I don't think. Private rooms. Rec room. No, I don't think it's here. We will continue down, I think. But I don't know if it's coming through to you guys, but I'm getting all sorts of eerie sounds. No, that is the ground floor. Oh. Anything collectible here? No. So that's ridge access. Which I believe is just how to get out. But you can also get out through the dock bay as well. But this is very linear game, so you only have access to where you need to go next. Which is very common for these sort of games. It was the same with Alien Isolation. I'm gonna try.
Level 3.
Yeah.
Access required.
Maintenance, it could have been engineering. Let's just try something.
Lockdown in
Nope.
effect.
Dutch Vandal, and if he had a plan, is 2024.
That is very, very true. But unfortunately, as I say,
Yep, same here.
this year is I think this year is Gran Turismo 7, and then they've got to write Red Dead Redemption and do all of that. That's officer compartment. That's an airlock, so that's definitely not it. That's just warning. Nope, that's a closed area. I'm going to leave it there. I think it's a good place to end the stream. When I'm a little bit more awake, I may work out where I'm meant to be going a little bit easier as well. So it is quite likely I'll play this again next week. See how far we get. Just going to do my closing speech now, and then I'll say goodbye to you guys properly. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I've tried to utilize some different camera rolls, different angles, and some of the filters to add a little bit of suspense to the images. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you do. Check out my Instagram page as well if you want to see the pictures from this video, as well as some of the pictures that I take off stream as well. And remember, we say goodbye so we can say hello again. Goodbye. And to you lovely people, thank you very much for joining. Always a pleasure talking to you, bro, and to you, Ainley. Thanks for keeping me company for so long, and I'll hope to catch you in the next one, guys. So have a lovely weekend. Actually, my camera
Great
disappeared.
stream.
So, oh, thank
Have
you
a
so
great
much.
weekend.
And yourself, my friend. Take care.
See you next Friday.
You will do. All right. Goodbye.